Spoke to Congress MP Shashi Tharoor. In an exclusive interview, Tharoor answered a slew of questions on the mystery surrounding his wife's death, the ongoing probe and the IPL angle. Take a look.
To the extent that how deeply has this affected you personally and politically? The entire controversy over Sunanda, where has it left you?
Look, I mean, I'm not talking about this matter for the simple reason that there is a police investigation on and one is obliged, I think, to respect the
I'm not
procedures.
Going into the
but on the question of myself, obviously it's been extremely hard. You know, I've led a rather sort of long life of integrity and decency, and to see some of the things that are being said and alleged by all sorts of people naturally becomes very painful. But at the same time, there are adversities in life that always come in unexpected ways and from unexpected quarters, and I've always believed it's how you face up to them that ultimately reveals your character. So I'm facing up to this, doing my job, doing what I can, cooperating, needless to say, fully with the investigation. And at the end of the day, ultimately, I think my faith in the truth is what sustains me. That and a completely clear conscience, which obviously is an asset in facing up to this kind of injustice.
You seem to be talking as if you feel that you're a victim in some way. That you feel, do you feel a victim of a media trial, or, I mean, because your critics are saying that you should answer your questions.
Of course I'm answering the questions of the police. Why should I answer the questions of self-appointed media judges, prosecutors, executioners, all rolled up into one?
Silence is seen sometimes as proof of guilt.
Well, why should it be? I mean, the fact is that when there is an ongoing investigation, one is not supposed to do anything that compromises the investigation. And needless to say, public discussion of matters that are being gone into in depth by those who are professionally tasked with going into it, that public discussion merely vitiates the atmosphere, renders a fair conclusion impossible. That's why one side of this witch hunt has proceeded in precisely the manner they have. I actually have a chapter in this book written well before the recent eruptions called Our Free and Irresponsible Media, and it's written mainly in sadness because I am myself a child of the media. My father worked for newspapers and magazines all his adult life, and I grew up literally with newspaper ink in my veins, as it were. So for me, seeing what has become of our media, which is something I've always been a staunch defender of. I spent a lot of time in the United Nations standing up for freedom of the press and standing up for the rights of reporters and journalists in some of the more difficult situations in the world. So I find it hard to see this profession having plumbed the depths that it has in our country.
But the media says it's their duty, their responsibility to raise questions. The police raises questions. It's the police which has declared it a murder probe. It's not the media which has declared it a murder probe.
The police have said they're looking into a particular aspect, but they have by no means come to a conclusion of that nature. It's a very open-ended probe. And as I said, I'm not going to get into the merits of all of this by the back door. We've said let's talk about the book.
I'll come to the book, and I won't go through the back door. Let me just say what's in the public domain, which is that you yourself, right at the start, said you don't believe Sunanda would have committed suicide. That's a public statement. Do you stick by that statement?
I stick by everything I've said. I don't have a habit of backtracking on any of these things because obviously one has feelings. But you know, the fact is I am a bereaved husband who's not been allowed to mourn. I've been the victim of a public spectacle which honestly has shown a tremendous lack of decency and civility on the part of certain people. I think we should leave it there for now. Let the police do their work in peace, though they haven't been given very much peace by the media. And at the end of the day, once the probe is over, I'll be quite willing to speak as appropriate. But at the moment, there is a process going on, and that process must not be interfered with. I'm not going to answer anything more related to this matter.
There's just one last part, which was part of your public domain, which also affected you and, in a sense, when you were minister, you had to resign over the IPL, and that's been again brought back. Amar Singh and others who've been questioned by the police have also raised this question. Shashi Tharoor's dealings with the IPL could have something to do with Sunanda.
I've had nothing to do with the IPL since Sunanda's involvement in it in 2009. Nothing whatsoever.
Even
other than watching occasional games on television.
Nothing.
Nothing.
You don't think IPL has any
what is more, Sunanda frankly has cooperated fully with the Enforcement Directorate's investigation. The poor girl had to travel twice to Mumbai, gave 18 hours of interrogative testimony to the ED. I think the government can easily, the police and so on, can easily lay their hands on what the enforcement director has had to say. As you know, there is a process in our country. I resigned essentially without any charges ever being filed against me, and 2 years later I came back into the government. So I must say that these are all matters that ought to be closed, but it seems that our media never gets enough of cricket, enough of mystery, enough of drama. I mean, frankly...
You are a celebrity. You are an MP.
I didn't speak to be any of that. I'm a hard-working member of Parliament.
If you are dead in mysterious circumstances, the media will raise questions.
Well, the media have been raising a lot of questions. They're not going to get the answers from me. They can go to the police, who are the ones in charge of asking the right questions.